Hey geeks, it's Minx, and it's that time again. It's time for another first look review. This time I'm reviewing The Defenders, which is the newest Marvel show to hit Netflix. This is, of course, the review of the very first episode, my first look at it. I'm going to tell you what I think and some of the stuff that happens, so there will be spoilers if you have not seen the episode yet. I know this dropped about a week ago, I think. But I was busy with some family issues, so I didn't really get to watch it until now. But let's just go ahead and jump into things. We start off the episode with a really beautifully done sword fighting choreography that eventually gets ruined by the hand showing up and flailing about, trying to fight and chase this other swords person. I'm hoping against hope that they fix his choreography for the rest of the season, so it doesn't look so sloppy and actually looks impressive. Because what I saw there, it looked like more of the same, and that's really going to irritate me with his character. But this episode was mainly designed to set up where everybody is after their respective seasons. It's setting up, what they've actually been doing. Danny and Colleen have been hunting the hand wherever they find them. They end up finding out from the dying sword guy that the fight is in New York, so they end up coming back to New York from Cambodia. Luke is getting out of jail finally and coming back to Harlem, coming back into play. You've got Jessica Jones still getting drunk off her ass and trying to avoid doing anything that involves the H word, which is, of course, hero. She ends up more or less taking a case that she doesn't really want to take and discovers some shady shit. And Matt is doing his lawyer thing. He's hung up his suit, supposedly for good, but he still misses it very much. But that's pretty much where we're at, setting up wise. One thing that bothers me is that they've continued the relationship between Claire the night nurse and Luke Cage to the point where they were quite vigorously having sex on a table. And the reason it bothers me is because in the comics, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are supposed to get together, and they even have a kid together in various iterations of the comic. And I'm wondering if they're going to somehow go back to that, because in Jessica Jones, her and Luke Cage did hook up for a hot minute there, until it became clear that Jessica was responsible for the death of his wife. I'm wondering how they're going to get back to that, or if they're just going to ignore that part of the comics. They're usually pretty faithful to the comics so far. So we'll see how that works. We get immediately introduced to Sigourney Weaver's character as the big bad. She meets with Madame Gao and tells her, we need to hurry things up. The timetable needs to be moved ahead. The timetable for what, you may ask? I have no idea yet. I haven't watched the rest of the season, but I'm sure it's going to be something big and bad and ugly. This is after she goes to the doctor and gets some bad news, meaning that she's only going to be alive for months, maybe weeks. So I'm suspecting some sort of aggressive cancer or, some sort of aggressive autoimmune disease, something. She's got something that's killing her. The very end, they flash her talking to Elektra, so Elektra is now back in play, but she's dressed in, some kind of cloak with a hood. So I'm wondering if she was the other swords person, perhaps, or just how that's going to affect Matt Murdock, because he is still very much in love with Elektra. She brings out the worst in him. And I can't wait to see if they end up having to fight her, or if he's able to break whatever they've done to her, and bring her back to the good side. So I guess we'll find out in the rest of the episode. My question to all y'all is, did you like the first episode? And what was your favorite part? My favorite part was getting to see one of my personal heroes, Sigourney Weaver, playing the big baddie. I mean, she's one of the strongest female characters. She's known for strong female character archetypes. And seeing her as the big baddie and getting to see her evil machinations, I'm excited for. So I want to know what you guys are excited for. So pop that down in the comments down below, and tell me what you think. Please don't spoil the rest of the episodes for me. I have not watched them yet, though. Also, click that little red button down there so you can catch my full Defenders review when it comes out, because I will do another video. Until then, satisfy yourself with my Game of Thrones finale review right there, and my Iron Fist review right there. And as always, later geeks!